Civil rights. Civil rights is defined as the indirect purpose of equal rights that are supposed to be protected by the law, regardless of one's gender, race, religion, or other personal inquiries. In the 1920s, a movement march known as Harlem Renaissance took place in order to broadcast the true meaning of racial injustice. In 1954, another movement took place. Only this time, it took 14 years in order to achieve the freedom that individuals of color deserve. Global issues involving civil rights are human trafficking, racial discrimination, religious discrimination, educational rights, and rights against women and girls. Every country has a different view on human rights. The issues that are most common are gender equality, education, gay marriage, and so much more. Even though every country has a different perspective, it doesn't justify their approaches. In 2016, North America was perceived as one of the best continents freedom-based wise. Though, in 2021, they dropped to a continent with an uprise in its civil rights violations. Every day, inequality contributes to the deaths of at least 21,300 individuals. That's one person every 4 seconds, or 1 in 7 that suffer from inequality every day. Individuals who have disabilities such as autism, deafness, blindness, and previous mental health issues find it harder to receive jobs or get the support that they need. Mental health is not taken seriously enough in the disability community, and if not treated, individuals can either harm themselves or others. The ACLU is defined as the American Civil Liberties Union. They are a nonprofit organization who work towards achieving basic human rights within America. The ACLU believes that the lack of civil rights granted to citizens is due to democracy. Their main goal is to defend and preserve the individual rights and liberties guaranteed to all people in the United States by the Constitution and the laws of the United States. The ACLU doesn't have a set age range for gender persona, as their main goal is to advocate and regain civil rights. Due to this, they are very inclusive. All age groups, genders, races, religious backgrounds, disabilities are welcome. The ACLU general focus is the American population, though they also reside in Puerto Rico. Even though they're an American-based nonprofit, they work all over the world with other different organizations. They believe that everybody, no matter what one looks like, should be entitled to basic human rights. The ACLU tries to bring awareness to certain situations so others know what is going on and ways that they can help out. The ACLU is very dedicated to their mission and work towards with millions of volunteers, activists, lawyers, and even members of Congress. The lawyers and representatives set are for civil rights violations that require going to court. They also have advocacy institutions for individuals interested in joining the fight to give all individuals the rights that they deserve. The ACLU also initiates peaceful protests. Catholic justice principles involved, I chose rights and responsibilities. I believe the ACLU is mainly depicting the aspect of every person has a fundamental right to life and a right to choose things required for human decency. I say this as they are fighting to give Americans a right to choose things required for human decency. As for civil rights, it depicts the generalization of what individuals deserve under the protection of the law, regardless of one's gender, race, religion, or other personal inquiries. Civil rights understands the logic of fundamentals and necessities that everybody deserves. Look at the 1954 Civil Rights Movement for an example. Just because one looks different from how you look doesn't mean they deserve any less. Therefore, I believe rights and responsibilities is the bridge between civil rights and the ACLU due to the beliefs they both withhold. Another amazing example of this injustice depiction is civil rights is solidarity. Solidarity is the example of loving our neighbors. Civil rights is a severely detrimental topic right now due to many rights getting overturned. The ACLU is trying to regain rights while also limiting the cause of the overtakings as they believe we are all equal, no matter what. While civil rights also holds the understanding of having rights no matter one's gender, race, religion, or other personal inquiries. Though, to backtrack, solidarity creates a general understanding of loving others, which expands to those suffering from civil rights violations. Therefore, I feel that solidarity broadcasts the true meaning of building a bridge between the ACLU and civil rights due to the relation between the two. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. My final question to you is there are thousands of nonprofit organizations in the world that dedicate their mission to uprising civil rights internationally, specifically the ACLU. Though many have been working against this issue since the 1920s. But even with their efforts, the surge continues to rise. In your opinion, do you believe that civil rights will ever be regained, or that equality will finally have a stance in the world? Please justify your reasoning. Thank you.